guys, welcome to my first ever YouTube live. I was going to say IG live because I'm so used to Instagram, but no, this is my first ever live on YouTube. So sorry about the technical difficulties I was having on my last video, but yeah, we're here now. I've had to restart the whole thing, but hopefully you guys can join this live instead of the last one. But yeah, just a quick thank you first of all for every single person that has subscribed to my channel. So why am I doing a live on YouTube? Listen, this is not something that I ever thought I would do, in all honesty. I was having a conversation with a few of my other finance blogger friends, or YouTube friends, should I say, and we were talking about doing YouTube lives, and I was like, no way, I would never go live on YouTube. Like, that is too scary because of the fact that there's no rerun. Like we can see right now, I've had all these technical problems, and that's the thing with YouTube. Like, there's no two ways about it. When you go live, that's it. You can't undo the mistakes. So that's why I opposed doing it. But I was like, do you know what? Feel the fear and do it anyway. And the ladies were so encouraging. They were like, no, Tolly, you can do it. So I was like, yes, I can do it. And we had this conversation literally less than 24 hours ago. We were talking about this, and I was like, do you know what? Let me just put the announcement out there, because I know myself, if I didn't do that, I would have talked myself out of doing this live. So I was like, no, I'm going to do it. And here we are. So thank you for every single one of you that have jumped on this live. Yeah, we're here. Thank you. I can't see the comments. How does this work? I bet if I close this, it's going to close the whole thing. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. How do I see your comments? Sorry, this thing is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. It's literally taken over the whole screen and I can't see your comments. Hold on, there you go. Is that right? Yeah, there you go. Hey ladies, thanks for joining me. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, we've got people joining. Yay. Hi guys, thank you for joining. I can't actually see who you are that's joined unless you comment. So say hi so that I know who you are, that you've joined the live. But yeah, thank you guys for joining my live. Oh my gosh, I've rambled on and it's 2 minutes already and I haven't even got into the meat of this conversation. So let me just breathe for a second, because I was getting really stressed out because the other live wasn't working. But yeah, we're here anyway, and I'm not going to ramble on too much. I'm going to tell you why I'm doing this live. So like I was saying anyway, after that conversation, I was like, yes, I'm going to do it. Let's have this conversation. Hi, Tolly, how is your Sunday going? Oh, thank you, Val Smith. Yeah, my Sunday is going good now that the live has started and I've started streaming and I've managed to get it to work. I don't know what was happening before, but I'm happy that it's finally working and I can actually have a conversation with you guys. And I feel like my breathing is slowing down. Oh my gosh. Hi, Leslie Young, all the way from Utah. Wow, that's nuts. All the way from Utah, USA. Hey, thanks for joining me on the live. That's absolutely amazing. So what I wanted to do anyway on this first live, because this is my first time doing one of these on YouTube, and hopefully if it goes okay, you might see me on here a few more times doing a live conversation. But yeah, if it doesn't go so well, you'll be back to the regular scheduled pre-recorded videos. But yeah, hopefully my heart rate can go back to normal and then we can actually have a good conversation on this live. So, oh my gosh, hold on. Yeah, is there a way to like see, because you know when you go on YouTube, you can see like the conversation when you're on somebody else's live, but I'm not seeing that on this screen. All I'm seeing is myself. But I actually want to see the messages that you guys are sending. I only see it when it pops up. I don't know how to keep it on the screen. If anyone knows, please do let me know in the comment section. But hi, Cleo. Thank you. Well done for putting yourself out there on live. Keep going. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Like, yeah, you have no idea the way my heart is beating right now. But no, I was like, do you know what? Things that scare you, do them, because that's the way you grow, isn't it? There's no growth in your comfort zone. You got to kind of put yourself out there. It should be in the studio, I believe. Hello? I'm back. Sorry. Let me just stop playing with this thing before I just mess this whole thing up and I lose you lovely people. Okay, yeah, so Q&A, that's what we're going to be doing. So what I did on my Instagram yesterday, as soon as I had that conversation with these lovely ladies, I did a post on my Instagram. So if you guys ain't following me on Instagram, please do. Tolly Frimpong, I'm on Instagram. And I did a post on my stories asking guys for questions that I can then answer in this live, so that I'm not just talking for an hour without really having much structure to the conversation. So I had a few questions submitted, which I'm going to go through and answer. But if you guys have any questions that you want to ask as I'm going, so I might ask a question and give an answer, which then makes you think of another question to follow on from that. So please feel free to then leave that in the conversation too. Hey babe, Isaac, that's my husband. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so I'm going to go through the questions and answer them. So like I said, if you guys have anything else that you want to add to the conversation or any questions that you want to ask, then please do feel free to ask those questions. Okay, so where should I start? Let me just start from the top, to be fair, and I'll just go through them one by one. So what made you start documenting your financial journey? Okay, so gosh, where do I even start? So my financial journey started obviously 2016 when we were in a lot of debt. So I don't know if you've seen my video. There's a video on my page. In fact, most of you may not have seen it, but there's a picture on my page where I share my whole debt story. So I talk about how my husband and I were in over £36,000 worth of debt. And it was a horrible time. We owed a lot of money to a lot of people. And we subsequently did a lot of work in order to pay off that debt. And at that time, when we were on that debt-free journey, it was quite a lonely place, and we didn't really know how to kind of get out of the situation we were in. And it was only when we came across Dave Ramsey's book, The Total Money Makeover, and that's kind of how our financial freedom journey began. And that's where we started basically paying off all that debt aggressively. And when I became debt free, I was like, okay, we've paid off that debt. What's next now? It's like, we don't want to just pay off the debt and then not do anything or have any other financial goals and kind of fall back into the routine of things. So we're like, okay, no, do you know what we need to do? We need to set other financial goals, other bigger financial goals. And one of them that we set ourselves was to pay off our mortgage within 7 years. Our mortgage is a lot of money, and that 7-year goal is a very, very ambitious goal. It's actually down to 6 years now because a year has gone since we set that goal for ourselves. But anyway, we've got that goal of paying off our mortgage early, and that's what we were working towards. And I thought it'd be really good to kind of document that journey and kind of share all the things that I've learned along the way about finances, ways to save money, ways to pay off debt, all about living within your means or even below your means, all that kind of stuff that I'd learned that had helped me on my debt-free journey. I was like, do you know what, let me share that information with other people, because I know that on my YouTube channel, when I was on YouTube searching for this kind of content, I didn't really see many people in the UK specifically talking about financial independence and all that kind of stuff. It was all US based. And then in the UK, the only lady I did find was Mama Furfur at the time. And then I started binging on her content. Absolutely love her content. If you're not following her, definitely go check her out, because her content's amazing. And that was kind of what inspired me to start documenting my journey. So I started a blog initially. When I started that blog, I had the idea of actually doing a YouTube channel as well at the same time. But I was shook. I was so scared. I was like, no, there's no way I'm going to go and now be putting my face on the internet like that and doing videos and all of that stuff. It just seemed a bit far-fetched for me to do. So I was like, okay, no, I'm not going to do that just yet. Let me just do the blog and write articles, basically sharing the stuff that I've learned, etc. And I think I did that for about a year. And I know that a lot of people prefer video content than actual blog form content. Like, I even did a poll on my stories recently asking which of the two people prefer. And most people said they preferred video than reading blog posts. So I was like, you know what? I actually need to do the video content. I just need to get over myself and step out of my way and just start doing video content to support the blog post that I was doing. And that's kind of how, that's how I ended up sharing my document. That's how I ended up documenting my journey online. And that's kind of what I've been doing for the past 2 years. So I've had the blog for 2 years now, and I've had my YouTube channel for just over a year. And it's been an amazing year, to be honest. Like, I've had a channel for about 13 months now. And in that time, I've been able to grow it to over 1,800 subscribers, which is amazing. So thank you to every single one of you that has subscribed to my channel, because I can't actually believe that my channel even hit the 1,000 mark, let alone gone beyond that. So really thankful for every single one of you that has subscribe to my channel. So that's kind of what made me start documenting my journey. I just really wanted to share what I've learned, what has helped me along the way, and help other people, inspire them to try a different path in terms of managing their finances and all the rest of it. So that's literally what made me start documenting my journey. What is your process from concept to YouTube creation? Oh, okay. So I tend to just have ideas. So I'll have an idea of a topic that I want to cover, and then I'll explore that topic more online and look for, basically search on YouTube, see what other content is out there that is similar, and see how I can put my own stamp on it, see what kind of stuff people are searching for. And that's kind of what I do. I take it and then I just think about my interpretation of it, how I can share that content in video form, and just add value to YouTube in that way. Because what I don't think is that helpful is to just do what somebody else is doing. So that's what made me do it. How do you keep inspired to continue to make content? I think because I'm always reading. So I read a lot, actually. That's the one thing I started doing a lot of. So I read a lot of books. So I'm always getting ideas and inspiration, which I then subsequently share on my YouTube channel and on the blog as well. So that inspires me a lot. I also watch a lot of YouTube videos as well. So I watch a lot of content online as well. So that gives me a lot of inspiration too. And I guess because a lot of the stuff I share is my journey. So I share a lot of content around my budgets, how I paid off debt, how I'm saving, how I'm living frugally. So things that I'm already doing, that is the kind of stuff I tend to talk about on my channel. So it's easier that way, because I'm not always having to necessarily think of something new to share. I'm just sharing what I'm doing and what's working for me. And then, that's kind of what helps me, I guess. I hope that answered your question, Clea. Cleo, sorry. Yeah, so that's, oh, and the previous question about what was my creative process. Yeah, I hope that pretty much answered it. Gosh, I want to be able to see the messages. They appear and disappear. Oh, there we go. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So let me go through some of your comments. Here for the lives, feel the fear and do it anyway. Thank you, Chit Chat with Chip. Well, that's a tongue twister. Chit Chat with Chip. Yeah, thank you. Yes, feel the fear and do it anyway. And right now, I feel my heart rate slowing down, so you might notice that my voice isn't as high pitched and as fast. Because yeah, I'm feeling a bit more relaxed now. Thank you, guys. It's so important. Finance D says it's so important. So glad you've started your channel and been transparent with your journey. Thank you, hun. Yes, definitely. It's the only way I can be, really. I can only share my truth, and yeah, hope that it inspires and helps somebody. So that's good to know that it is having that impact on someone. Thanks, Yvonne. Your debt story is so inspiring. Thank you. And I answered your question already, Cleo. Thank you. How do you keep inspired? Verona said, what are your YouTube plans for the rest of the year? Oh gosh, we've still got a long way to go to the end of the year, but just sharing more of my journey. I guess what I really want to do this year is be a bit more transparent. So to be fair, I do the budget videos and things like that, but I feel like I want to do more showing the journey. I think I kind of have been up until now kind of holding back on how much I do share, but I feel like people relate to people. So it's one thing just being like, oh yeah, do this, do that, do this, do that. But it's another thing when you've walked a mile in that shoe, or when you are actually talking from a place of, okay, this is what I'm doing and this is what's working for me. So I think just bringing people along my journey a bit more, I'll be doing that. I might even try 1 or 2 vlogs here and there. Let's see. I remember a year ago, I did a vlog for an event that I went to for Black Girl Finance, and that was my first ever vlog. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to try and vlog more regularly. And that was literally the one and only vlog that I've done on my channel. But that's because we've been on lockdown, so I haven't been able to go to many finance events, which is why I haven't been able to vlog them. But I definitely want to do a lot more of that content on the YouTube, on my YouTube channel this year. I definitely want to do a lot more collaborations. So we've got an exciting collab coming actually for International Women's Day with a few of my finance friends that are actually in the chat right now. So don't want to give too much away about it just now, but it's going to be an amazing lineup. So it's 4 of us and we're going to be having a really good conversation for International Women's Day. And I want to do a lot more of that this year. I want to do a lot more collaborations. I also want to bring Tea Money Talks to YouTube. So I don't know if you've seen it on my YouTube channel. I have videos from the live series that I was doing on Instagram last year, and I want to bring back season 2 at some point this year. I don't want to say any dates just yet because I haven't definitely decided when I'm going to do it. But yeah, I definitely want to bring Tea Money Talks to YouTube and kind of do it more for YouTube as opposed to just repurposing the content on YouTube, if that makes sense. So the content would be a lot more, what's the word? It will look better, basically. The quality will be better because it's being created as a YouTube video as opposed to me just posting a land portrait video from Instagram. So that's another thing that I definitely want to do this year. But yeah, just have so many exciting plans for my channel this year. I can't believe I've been on YouTube for a year and I have over 100, nearly 120 videos on my channel. It's actually mad because I remember when I first said I was going to start YouTube, I was thinking, how am I going to keep creating content? Like, I didn't think I'll be able to have enough ideas to make enough videos, if that makes sense. But it's like the more I do it, the more ideas are coming, and the more it's like one video will lead to the idea of another one, and it will spark the idea of another one, and it will inspire me to do another one, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like a ripple effect if you just keep going. So definitely got a lot in store for YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button because yeah, there's lots and lots of exciting things in store for you guys. Side note, sorry if I look like I'm doing madness with my eyes, it's because I don't know where to look. Like, I'm looking at myself, then I'm looking at the corner, I'm trying to find the camera. It's just a bit of a mess right now, but yeah, bear with me, guys. Okay, next question. Who inspires you the most? Is it a bit cliche if I say my mom? She'll be like, yeah, she said me. But no, I think my mom inspires me because she's very hardworking. She's been through a lot and she's very resilient, still standing and stuff. So she definitely inspires me a lot. So does my sister for the same kind of reason. My husband inspires me too, actually. He's very hardworking. So yeah, brownie points, babe. Did I say the right answer? No, I'm joking. But yeah, no, my husband inspires me too. And I think just generally, like, different people inspire me for different things. So even if I talk about my YouTube journey, it was watching Mama Furfa, Jennifer, aka Mama Furfa, watching her videos on YouTube really inspired me to start my own, because I was like, oh wow, this is a woman in the UK talking about finance so openly. She was at that time documenting and sharing her journey online, and that really motivated me to, like, inspired me to start my own channel. Because I don't think if I'd seen, or should I say, I think if I hadn't seen her channel, I don't know if I would have thought, oh, I could do this too, I could start that channel. So I think when you see someone else do something, it seems more achievable and it seems more like within reach, if that makes sense. So that definitely inspired me to start my YouTube channel. And I think just generally my friends, like I take inspiration from everybody. The Bible obviously gives me inspiration too. And yeah, I take inspiration from many places. Even my kids inspire me too. Yeah, I could go on literally. I take inspiration from many places. So it's not just one person I can say that person inspired me, but yeah, loads of people inspire me. What would you do differently if you were starting your channel again in 2021? Okay, that's a good one for any aspiring YouTubers or fellow YouTubers. Things I would do differently. I think one thing I would do is niche down. It's so funny because when I started my channel, or when my channel was about 6 months older, in fact, actually, I did a video and I was talking about the things that I'd learned in my first 6 months of YouTube. And one of the things I was saying is that you don't really need to niche down straight away. Like, just kind of do your thing, try different content, play around with different ideas and kind of see what sticks or see what you enjoy doing. And yes, there is some truth in that. So don't ignore all the advice in that video because there was value in it. However, at the same time, I think, do you prefer YouTube or blogs? So I'm getting distracted. I'm going to answer your question in a second, Val. Sorry. But let me finish this answer before I lose my train of thought. Gosh, I've already lost it. This happens to me all the time. What was the question again? Oh yeah, that was it. So when I did do my YouTube channel, or should I say so in that video I was saying that you shouldn't basically just do it and then in that video I was saying you shouldn't niche down, or you don't need to, just kind of play around and see what works. But in not doing that, one of the videos that I did at that time ended up taking off, and by my own standards it went viral. Probably not viral, but it got like over 40,000 views, and compared to the rest of the videos on my channel, that is a lot. But unfortunately for me, that video was in a niche that I'm not really that fond of, or I just did that video because it fit to an extent with what my channel is about. So it was a video where I showed how I made a DIY patio set for my garden. In fact, my husband made most of it. I just made the cushion covers, but it was a team effort. But in that video basically took off, and that video was all about, the reason why I included that video, on my channel, is because it was like frugal hacks. So we was able to get a pallet, we were able to get garden furniture at a fraction of the price. So rather than having to pay like £1,000, like the prices that I was seeing at the time, we were able to make our own version for like £200. So I was like, yeah, it makes sense to put that on my channel because it's like finance related. It's about saving money. But I think with YouTube, it kind of now positioned my channel more as a DIY type channel. So a lot of my views and a lot of my subscribers have come in from that video. And I haven't made another video about pallets since, because that's not really what my channel's about. It's more about like frugal living and ways to budget and save money. And that just happened to be one way I save money. But I'm not about to now start making furniture for the rest of my life. That's not really my thing, and that's not what I'm that interested in. So if I could do things differently, differently, I wouldn't have put that on this channel. I would have had that as a separate channel as opposed to putting it all in the same thing. So that's the only thing I'd say I would have done differently. Another thing that I would have, I don't know if this answers that question actually, but I'm going to say it anyway. But another thing that I would have done differently is I would have started sooner in terms of my YouTube channel. Like a year later, I'm like, Tolly, what was you so scared of? Like, what took you so long to start that channel? I wish that I actually just jumped into it and just did it. It's so funny. Like one of my videos, I will show you my analytics and show you like the when you can see your lifetime analytics. So it basically shows you your analytics from the day you started channel. And my channel was set up in 2011, and that's when I initially thought, I want to start a YouTube channel. And at that time, I wanted to do a channel all about hair and stuff, but I was just too scared to do it. And at the time as well, I felt that I was late to the party because there were so many hair YouTubers online at that time. But look, it's 2021 and there's still so many hair YouTubers, and there's even new ones popping up. So it just goes to show you, like, don't think that, it's too late. It's never too late, really, to just step out and do what you want to do. So, just thought I'd throw that in for free. Oh, wow, 17 people on the live. Thanks. Hi, guys. This is so cool. I'm such a nerd. But no, thank you guys for joining me. This is so cool. See, this is the side of Tolly you don't see it on the videos because I can't edit it out. Like, if I could edit it, I'll chop all these bits out. But unfortunately, I can't. So you're just going to have to deal with me and my mad self. Okay, so the next, in fact, what I'll do before I go back to these Instagram questions is I'll look at some of your questions because I saw there was a couple that popped up. Oh yeah, Val Smith said, do you prefer YouTube or blogs? Oh, I skipped someone's question, but I'll go back to it. I'll just answer your question, Val. Yeah, so do I prefer YouTube or blogs? I would say I wouldn't say I have a preference. I like both. they do different things. I do like blogging because I just like the writing. I do enjoy the creative process and just, yeah, it's just kind of therapeutic as well, especially when it's like subjects that are really personal to me and just writing. It just like, oh, it feels like therapy getting it all out. So I do like the blogging, and that's why I started with the blog as well. But then equally, I like the YouTube side of things. I like the video content. I do like recording. I like talking, as you can see. I've been talking for 20 minutes non-stop. So I do like the talking side of things as well. The only thing I don't like about YouTube is the editing. Like, in fact, that's a lie. I do like editing, but I don't like the time it takes to edit. So the fact that it takes me like, I don't even know how many hours, like too many hours to edit one video, that annoys me. So that side of it I don't like, but I enjoy the actual creating the content, thinking of ideas, recording and stuff like that. So if I had to choose, I would, no, I don't think I could choose actually. I can't choose. No, I can't choose. So yeah, I'll do both. We had another question. Sorry. Oh, let me go back up. Thank you. Hi, Free Your Finance. Good evening, Tony. Hi, everyone. Hey, how are you? Thanks for joining. It did. Oh, yeah, good. So thanks. I'm glad I answered your question, Cleo. Erica said, happy Sunday. What's the best thing you have learned on this journey? Oh my gosh. Okay. Do you know what? I've learned a lot on this journey. Even doing this live, I've learned something. Like, because I remember when I was talking to these girls yesterday and I was just like, I'm not going live. Like, imagine I just go live and I'm just sitting there on my ones, just waiting and nobody turns up. How sad and embarrassing would that be? But I'm like, no, don't worry, at least somebody will come anyway, if nothing else. And I was like, okay, that gave me a bit of reassurance. And now look, there's 17 people here listening to me talk. And it just goes to show that your voice matters, your voice counts, and there are people interested in your content and interested in hearing from you. So I'd say that was definitely something that I learned. Did I answer the question properly? Yeah, that was what you said. And what have I learned on the journey as well? Another thing I've learned on the journey, I'd say, is to trust your own self, like trust your decision making, trust your ability as well. Trust that you have value to bring, you have something to offer. So it doesn't necessarily have to even be in terms of starting a YouTube channel. Like, not everybody wants to be on YouTube, and that is fine. But in whatever area of life, there's whatever you want to do, like you can literally do it. And that's what I've learned from this YouTube experience. It's like, oh, actually, totally, you're actually capable of a lot, and you are actually having an impact on people's lives. Like, what you're doing actually matters. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is amazing. Like, it's not just for me anymore. Like, what I'm doing is actually helping other people. Me having to go through what I've gone through and being able to share what I've learned along the way, it's like it wasn't for no reason, if that makes sense. I mean, it was a horrible time and a horrible season, but if me going through that has meant that I've been able to then start this platform and help other people on their journey. I mean, even like my budget tracker, which I recently launched, having the feedback that I've received from so many people, like, oh my gosh, Tolly, this has helped me transform my finances, this has helped me see where my spending has been going off track, seeing where I've been losing out, seeing where I've been making mistakes. Like, that is just so rewarding in itself. And I'm like, wow, imagine I didn't step out and I didn't start this channel and I didn't do this. Like, who knows, not to say that they wouldn't have been able to find a budget elsewhere, but do you know what I mean? I was able to actually have that impact on them and help them on their financial journey. And now it's like, okay, I can see where I've been going wrong, and now I'm going to try a different course. And all of those things it has shown me that, yeah, my voice counts, and it's like, okay, I actually do have value to bring to this platform. So yes, I've definitely learned a lot on this journey, and I'm still learning. It's a constant learning process, but I'm definitely enjoying it. So thank you guys once again. Oh my gosh, this is actually nuts. Thank you guys so much for spending your Sunday evening with me. This is so fun. I actually didn't think I would enjoy it this much, but I'm actually enjoying it. It's really fun. So thank you guys for joining me. Intentional Frugal Girl says, would be nice to see some vlogs. Oh, really? Thank you. Thanks for saying that. I'm going to try and do a few. I will. I definitely will. In fact, I can talk about it now since I'm just thinking of it now. What I do want to do, actually, so there's a book that I'm currently reading. It's called The 12-Week Year. A friend of mine, well, I say a friend, a lady from my book club recommended the book, and I've been reading it, The 12-Week Year. Listen, that book here is a game changer. So it basically talks about how you can basically achieve what you want to achieve in 12 months within 12 weeks. Just by you basically getting systems in place. So if anyone's read Atomic Habits, it's like a great follow-on book to read after reading Atomic Habits, because they kind of talk about the same thing, but it really gives you like a process and steps to follow in order to achieve basically what you would in 12 months in the space of 12 weeks. So what I wanted to do basically is have my own 12-week year starting in March, and I thought it'd be really good to kind of document that process. So do like weekly check-ins and show how that 12-week year is going. So if that's something you'll be interested in, let me know actually, guys. And yeah, I can definitely do that. And I'll put it out there now, so I actually have to do it. But yeah, so it'll be like my 12-week year, and I'll do like weekly updates. I don't know if I could do like daily because that's long, but yeah, definitely weekly updates would be good. Happy Sunday. Oh, I read that already. Oh, free your finance, so definitely do some vlogs. I love that style of video. Okay, yeah, that's 2 people that will watch it. At least I know I'll get 2 views, boy. Yes, please, I'll do it. Do you feel you strike a good balance between running your business, family, and work? No, in short, Cleo. I'd say no, definitely not. But it's something I'm working on now, because I feel like over the last year, or should I say, in the first year of my YouTube channel, I did dedicate too much time to it, if I'm honest. Like, I was working, like, editing and recording all the time. I don't know if you saw, but in December I did Vlogmas. I think that was the worst time for my family, because literally that whole 25 days, all I was doing was recording, editing, upload, and that was literally it. Like, my husband, bless him, he literally held down the house because I couldn't do it all. So I think this year it's definitely about more balance. So I'm trying to be more balanced in terms of doing as much as I can during the week, so that at the weekend I don't do any work, and also during the week as well, just being more intentional with my time. Because what I find I do is, for example, if I say I've got 5 hours to edit a video, I'm going to take 5 hours to edit that video. But then if I say to myself, I only have 2 hours to edit that same video, for some reason I can get it done in those same 2 hours. And I don't know if there's some psychology to it, but it's the fact that I know I've got more time, I take more time. But when I give myself less time, it takes less time. So I'm trying to do a lot more of that this year, being more intentional with my time. And when I do have the time to work, really just work. And that's what in the 12-week year, that's one of the things that the guy talks about, is the fact that, you know, you just need to be, when you are working, really just work. Not that you're working and you're checking your WhatsApp, or you're working and you're checking Instagram. Like, that's just wasting time. So I think that's something I'm definitely working on this year, to be more intentional with how I spend my time, and not just, not waste time, because bless them, my family, like, they definitely suffered last year because of it. So yeah, this year definitely more balanced. Oh, Yvonne said she wanted to start a hair channel too. That's funny. Well, yeah, no, finance is better anyway, so you've got a better channel, I think. Not that I don't love hair channels, I do like watching the natural hair channels. They were the ones that made me do the big chop back in 2011 or 10. It was so funny. My husband woke up and I cut off all my hair, and he was like, whoa, where's all your hair gone? So yeah, that thing's kind of dangerous. Sorry, I had the same exact fear when I went live, that people wouldn't show up for your finance. Yeah. Okay, so it's not just me then. How was it? Did you have a good turnout for your live? I didn't get that notification, otherwise I would have joined it. Where do you envision your channel to go in the future? Val Smith said, I hope it will just keep growing. I hope it will grow in the year. So my goal actually for 2021, so this year, was for me to reach 10,000 subscribers. So yeah, I'm well off that target at the moment, but that is what I'm working towards. And all I can do is control my side of things. And that's, again, what the guy talks about in the 12-week year. It's, you just need to do, rather than focusing on the results, focus on the steps that it takes to get to those results. So focus on what you can control, basically, and not worry about the results, because if you do what you need to do when you need to do it, then the results will come as a byproduct. So that's what I'm basically trying to focus on this year. So yeah, it would be amazing to get to 10,000 by the end of 2021, but yeah, we can only see how that will go, I guess. I haven't read Atomic Habits yet. It's on my list. Oh, Veronia, you need to read it. It's absolutely amazing. Ooh, I love that. 12-week year. Please do share. Okay, yeah, no, definitely. I'm so going to do it. Leslie said, have you read the Tightwad? No, I haven't read it. The Tightwad Gazette. No. That sounds hilarious, though. Let me take a note of that, actually. Then quickly take a pic. Because, yeah, I'm always adding books to my list. It's like there's only so many hours in the day, so I can't actually read it all. But I'm definitely, going to take note of that. Thank you. The Intentional Frugal said, that will be a good read and looking forward to your 12-week journey. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to do it now. See, this is why you shouldn't talk too much, Tolly. Now I've gone to go and announce it to YouTube. So it has to be done. But no, it's good. That's what one thing I love about YouTube as well, and Instagram to an extent, is the accountability that you have from it. Because when you put things out there and you say you're going to do it, you literally have people messaging you like, Tolly, what happened to that thing you said you were going to do? It's like, about that, I'm not doing it anymore. It's like, oh no, but you can do. So yeah, no, it's really good. You get that encouragement from the community, which is amazing. Chit chat with Chip said, love the advice, focusing on the steps you need to do. Yeah, exactly. No, it's literally, when I read it in the book, I was like, yeah, it's so true. And another thing he was saying in the book is the fact that we focus on the result, and then if we don't achieve that result, we're like, oh, this thing isn't working, and we think that we need to change what we're doing. But actually, if we go back and assess what we've been doing to work towards that goal, we'll find that actually there's been maybe 30-40% of work that's gone towards it. So it was like, before you can change the plan or change course, make sure that you can say you've done at least 85% of what needs to be done to reach that goal before you change it. Because yeah, a lot of time we think the result is not working, but really and truly, it's not the goal's wrong, it's just that we haven't done the work required to achieve that goal. So yeah, I'm trying to do that 12-week year from March, April, May. Yeah, so March to May. Let's see how that goes. I think it'll be really interesting. Okay, so I think I'm up to date with you guys' messages. So I'm going to quickly go back to the ones that I had from Instagram, because I haven't actually answered that many, but thank you guys for sticking with me. It's been so fun so far. Okay, gosh, I've lost my thing. Which question did I get up to? Plans for the channel. I think I covered that. Plans for the channel, goals for your channel and business in 2021. I covered that because someone else asked that on the chat, so that's fine. What book are you currently reading? So like I just mentioned, I'm currently reading the 12-week year. I don't know the author, but I'm sure if you Google it, it will come up. I can't remember the name of the guy. I'm listening to it on Audible. But yeah, it's a really good book. So let me just sip my water. My mouth's getting dry. Yes, I'm drinking water out of a mug. Don't judge me, okay? Don't judge me. I have 3 young boys and they always break in the cup, so I don't have no glasses. So yeah, the mug will do. And the next question is, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Oh my gosh, 10 years time, I will be mortgage free. By the grace of God, I would have paid off my mortgage. That would be absolutely amazing to achieve that goal within the next 10 years. It's supposed to be the next 6, but even 10 years, to be honest, would be amazing, because at the moment, our mortgage is 28 years. So to be able to drop it from 28 to 10 in itself would be a huge achievement, let alone 7. So yeah, that's where I see myself, mortgage free and working for myself full time. So financially independent to the extent that I don't have to work, but I still will work, because I think, yeah, I just think it's important to work, and it's important for the boys to see as well their parents work, because I think, yeah, if you don't show them that, they're gonna think that, oh, life is just easy, money just grows on trees, like everything just simple, and it's like, no, son, like that's not how life works. I want them to understand the concept of working and stuff like that. So yeah, that's where I see myself in 10 years. What equipment do you have to start a YouTube channel? What equipment? I think, as in what equipment you need. A camera. You just need a camera, literally, and the internet, and you can start a channel. So I started with an actual real camera, but I know many people that literally started their channels using their mobile phone. So just, yeah, use your mobile phone. In this day and age as well, the mobile phone cameras are more than adequate. You don't even need to have like the latest iPhone or the latest Samsung. Like literally, phones that are like 6, 7, 8 years old probably have a decent enough camera to start with anyway. Because that's what I would say, is just start where you are with what you have, and then you can grow from there. Because I think a lot of times we wait for perfection before we start, to like, oh, I can't start because I don't have the right camera, or I can't start because I don't have this. And there's just so many different reasons and excuses that we can make for us not stepping out and starting. But I think if you just start where you are with what you have, then yeah, you'll grow, especially with YouTube anyway. Like when I look back on my first video, mate, it is so cringe. It's not the best. Even to be honest, some of my more recent videos, I still not 100% love them, but it's part of the journey. At the end of the day, you just start with what you have, and then it will get better over time. You'll just learn what works, what doesn't work for your channel, what your audience likes, what they don't like, etc. So yeah, I think literally all you need is a phone, a smartphone, and the internet, and you're good to go. How did you oh, okay, random. How did you and your husband meet? We met at church literally in 2009. Yeah, back in 2009, that's when we met. Did you want to be a boy mum? Do you know what? Funnily enough, I actually did want to be a boy mum. I remember years ago. It's so funny. I found a post on Facebook that I did like back in like 2004 or something, where I was talking about the fact that I would love to have 4 boys. That's what I said I wanted. And I remember having a conversation back and forth on that same Facebook conversation. Like when I did the post, my friends were like, 4 boys, so that's gonna be too much. I was like, okay, fine then. I'll have 3 boys and a girl. Yeah, here I am now. I have 3 boys. There is no girl coming. I'm done. Like 3 boys is plenty because my hands are very full with them. But it's just so funny. Like the words that we speak can literally have life, because who would have thought all those years ago when I was writing that, yeah, I want to have 3 sons. I ended up having 3 sons. It's actually amazing. But I always wanted to have boys rather than girls because I didn't know. I just like boys. That sounds funny. But I actually wanted to be a boy mum. So yeah, I did. So God answered my prayers. When will you have a serious conversation with your kids about money? Well, right now we're already trying to teach them about money, because these kids here, they think money grows on trees. Like, they don't understand that you can't just want things and get it like that. That's not how life works. Like, they cost money. So anything that breaks down, oh yeah, mum, just buy another one. Mummy will just buy it. Daddy will just buy it. Grandma will just buy it. And that's because they're used to everyone just buying for them. So now it's like, no, we're actually trying to teach them small by small that, yeah, money doesn't grow on trees. Like little things like putting money in their piggy bank, saving up. If you want to go to the shop, okay, you have £1. If you spend that whole £1, that means you're not going to have money to go shop tomorrow or the next day. So it's like you need to actually spend a little bit of it so you have some of it left. And those are the kind of things that we're trying to teach them now. But I think as soon as they can really grasp it properly, the money, I really want to be teaching it to them from a young age, so that as they grow, it becomes like second nature to them to just be good with their money. So like not spending all the money that they have, thinking about the fact that if they put their money away into investments, the money can grow, rather than spending every single penny just because it's there. Like let the money can rest in the account. You don't have to just spend it. And that's how I was growing up. I used to just spend. Like I wasn't comfortable just having money in my account. It's like, why is the money just there? I need to spend it. And I just used to find ways to spend money. So I don't want them to be like that. So I want to teach them from as young as I can to be good with their money. Where do you see yourself in fact? Well, I guess I've already answered the question, where do you see yourself in 5 years time? So I guess it's similar to where I see myself in 10 years time. But I guess within the next 5 years, we'll be almost mortgage free. We would have done the house. I want to do work on the house. So within the next 5 years, I would love to have done an extension in my garden. That would be amazing. If I could extend the house within the next 5 years, that would be amazing. I'd love for my business to have taken off, like properly be able to work for the business full time without needing a part-time job or anything like that. So that's where I see myself in 5 years time. Name 3 things you'd do if you got £1 million. £1 million. I'd say I'll probably give away 10%. I'll probably tithe 10% of that £1 million. I would buy a nice car. I can't lie, I would buy a nice car. I'd pay off my mortgage and I'd invest, and then yeah, I'd treat the family to whatever they wanted. Maybe I'll give a bit to my parents too. Just a small bit. No, I'm joking. I'll give money to them, and maybe my siblings too. And that's what I'll do. Oh, you said 3 things. Okay, I guess 3 things would be give, invest, and pay off my mortgage. Those would be the 3 things if I had to just say 3. But as you heard me say a minute ago, there was more than 3. Okay, going back up to your comments. Yeah. Have you started talking to your kids about money? Okay, that's funny. You asked the same question that someone else in the comment section asked. So yeah, I have actually started talking to them about money. So yeah, those are literally all the questions that I've actually got through them relatively quick. So those are the questions that I had from Instagram. And I guess if you guys have any other questions, then let me know in the comment section below, and I can answer those questions. Oh, there we go. Oh, yay, questions. Good. I was like, oh, I don't want to end it yet, but I will if there's no more questions, because I don't want to just be sitting here rambling on for the sake of it. So no, thank you for submitting some more questions. So Gerson, I hope I said your name correctly. Forgive me if I haven't, but thank you, Gerson, for joining my live and for asking a question. I appreciate it. What advice do you have for someone in their early 20s with a master's degree? What kind of advice would you want in terms of finances? I'd say save some of that money, but not even just save, but learn about investing, because that is something I've only just learned about. And I'm not in my 20s, I'm in my 30s, and I only started learning about it recently over the last few years. Like, I knew about, yeah, you should save money, and my parents taught me that from a young age. Like, yeah, you need to save your money, don't spend all your money. But I'm like, okay, why am I just saving the money? What's the purpose of it? But investing, that's another whole little kettle of fish. It's like, okay, like that money can actually make money. So invest that money, and then that money will grow, and then that money that grows makes more money. It's just mad. That's like compound. Why did nobody tell me about this compound interest thing? Like literally, I was mind blown. So I'll definitely advise to save and invest the money. So start researching, start learning how to invest your money to make it grow. A 10% is a good starting point. And if you've read the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, very, very good book, very good finance book. That's the book that I read that really started making me think differently about personal finances. And in that book, he talks about the principle. So basically, in the book, the guy's talking to the richest man in Babylon and asking him how he managed to amass so much wealth. And he was like, he was able to become so rich because he didn't spend all the money that he earned. So for every 10 coins that he got, he kept one. So every 10 coins he received, he made sure he kept one and spent the other 9. How about to say 7? Terrible maths. Yeah, he spent the other 9. So he would keep one for himself. And that coin that he kept was the coin that he would take and invest. And each time, so think about it, if it's, you got 10 coins, you keep one. You get another 10 coins, you keep one. That's now 2. You get another 10, you spend 9, and you keep one. That's 3. And then that's how it grows. But if you're always spending everything you earn, then you're never going to be able to get ahead. So that's something I'll definitely advise. What's your master's degree in, just out of interest? I always rate people that do masters. Like a few of my friends did that after uni. I was like, no, I was done at the normal degree. I just couldn't do any more studying. It was just too much for me. How expensive is it to raise kids? So, yeah. They're expensive, let me not lie. But to be honest, because mine are still quite young, so my eldest is 6. I've got a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old. And yeah, they get expensive as they get more older, especially if you want to start doing things with them. So if you want to start enrolling them in extracurricular activities, yeah, if you want to enroll them in all those things, then that's going to cost a lot more money. And then also, like, I remember my son, my oldest son, when he was born, I was gassed, I was excited. I'm a new mum, like, yay, I've got a baby. Let me do all the fun activities with him. And I remember signing him up for swimming. That swimming was so expensive. It was like, how much was it? It was like 250 or 240. Well, no, I'm lying. I think 160. Yeah, £160 for the 10 sessions. So I was like, oh, okay, £160 is not that bad. But when I think about it, that's £16 for a session for a newborn baby. All he's doing is splash, splash, splash across the pool for £16 for 1 hour. I was just like, no, I can't keep doing this. And I did it for like the first 3 years of his life. And then I had the second son, and then I was doing that too. So I was paying for 2 of them. So now it was 250 or something. I was paying for the 2 of them. No, more than that. Whatever 160 times 2 is. That's what I was paying for the 2 of them to go swimming on a weekly basis. And yeah, it's expensive. And that's just swimming. That's all I was doing with them at the time, swimming. Then when I was pregnant with my third son, I was like, okay, swimming is finished now, boys, because it's just too much. It was a lot of work. So yeah, they're expensive. And then just before lockdown, I signed my eldest up to Kung Fu. Again, that was, I can't remember how much it was now, but I think it was like £15-20 a session. Again, that's just for one child. So imagine all 3 of them are in Kung Fu. It's just expensive. Kids are expensive. Yeah, they are. And they get more expensive as they get older. And as they get older, they get more expensive and they want more. They know more. So like that's why little kids, yeah, I don't have the money to be putting them in designer clothes. To me, it just seems like a waste of money because the time is going to come when they're going to want all that stuff anyway. So why am I going to preempt this thing and be doing it before I need to do it? No. You wear Primark and you will enjoy it, or you wear Gap or whatever. But I'm not going to spend a lot of money on things for them because I know that time is still going to come. Like my niece and my nephew, they're like, gosh, they're going to kill me. I don't remember the ages. Wait, 17 and 15. They're 17 and 15. They're, listen, their Christmas gift list, I'm like, look, I'm just going to give you a voucher and then you can put it towards whatever you want because I can't afford to actually buy the whole item that you want because I'm not buying £120 trainers for you. I wouldn't even buy that for myself. Like, I don't spend that much on things, so I can't do it for you. But that's what happens. As they get older, they have more expensive tastes. They want more expensive things. So yeah, kids are expensive. You've got to count that cost, mate. Listen, so that's why when people are like, oh, don't you want a girl? Don't you want a girl? I mean, as amazing as it would have been, I can't afford it, and no, I can't have any more kids because it's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of time, sacrifice, and yeah, money as well. Like money, yeah, kids are expensive, definitely. So yeah, definitely do a budget for it before you start having them. Back to Gerson said, finance and account. Oh, amazing! You're doing a master's in accounting. That is nuts. Yeah, check out that book. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. I'm always recommending it to people. Like, it's so good. I hope they can swim. Do you know what? They can't swim, you know? Chit chat with Chip. They cannot swim. These children can't. It's so sad. And I really wanted them to know how to swim because I can't swim, and I've done lessons as well. So I did lessons at uni, and I did them again a few years before I had my first son. Still can't swim, and yeah, they're the same. They're even scared of water. It's just like, what was the point? All those hundreds of pounds, not even hundreds, thousands of pounds that I spent on those swimming lessons for those two boys, and they can't swim. So yeah, that was. I don't feel like thinking about the waste of money that was. But I guess it was nice. It was a nice experience. That we've got nice, cute pictures of us under the water together. So that was cool. But yeah, nah, that stuff is expensive. Yeah, kids are expensive. Definitely, definitely. Oh my gosh, guys, it's been. Oh, okay. What was your first car? You said fast car, but I'm assuming you mean first car. Any advice on how much is a? Oh, this is a good question. Okay, so my first car was a Suzuki Jimny. Let me know in the comment section below if you ever heard of that car, because literally it's like so random how I ended up with that car, because I don't think I've even seen it again since. I don't know. It's like, it was some cute little Jeep. It reminded me of the Clueless car. If you know about Clueless, the little Jeep that they drove around, that's what it reminded me of anyway. But yeah, that's why I had a Suzuki Jimny, and that's what I was driving around in. It was actually a nice car. It was, my parents actually bought it on finance, I think, for me back then. Very naughty. I definitely wouldn't do that for my kids. But yeah, that was my car. I had it for like 2-3 years, and then after that, what car have I had since? Wait, yeah, I haven't had. Okay, I never had a car after that. So after that car, I didn't drive for ages. Then I just used to borrow my sister's car, and then when I got with my husband, we got cars together. Right now, we're driving a Qashqai. I think it's a Qashqai, Nissan. Yeah, I might be saying that wrong, but yeah, that's what we're driving at the moment. Appropriate to spend on a second one. I guess it just depends on your income and your expenses. So like with me, I think cars, because I'm not a car person, I don't really care for them. So long as the car gets me from A to B, and I mean, let's have balance here. I don't want to drive a rust bucket. I don't want a car that I'm driving and the wheels are going to start falling off as I'm driving down the road. It still needs to be safe and reliable, because I have kids and stuff. I want to drive them in a reliable car. But that's as far as it goes when it comes to cars, to be honest. I don't really care for like fancy cars or anything like that. I just want a car that gets me from A to B and does the job. But then I know some people are very much into cars. People care about cars, and you want a car that looks the part, that reflects you, etc., etc. So I guess it's just a case of doing the numbers and making sure it makes sense. So what can you afford to buy comfortably? Like there was a post that I read, and it was saying basically, if you can afford to buy it twice, then buy it. Like if you can't afford to buy it twice, then you can't afford it. So I think, yeah, don't overextend yourself. Like if you've saved up, I don't know, if you've got £10,000 savings, don't then take that whole 10,000 and buy a car and there's nothing left in your account. That's not wise in my opinion. But I think if you have 10,000, then okay, let me take £3,000 out of it to buy a decent car. That makes more sense in my opinion. So I think it's just a case of really doing the numbers and seeing how much you can afford to spend on a car. I don't think there's a right or wrong. It just depends on your particular financial situation. But what I would definitely say is not to get into debt to buy a car. Like I personally don't think it's worthwhile, because yeah, especially in these times anyway. I don't know where you're based, but in the UK right now, we're not going anywhere. So why am I going to spend all that money on a car? It's just going to sit outside for God knows how long, until Boris says we can leave our houses again. So yeah, that's what I would say. I wouldn't say there's a number. So I can't just say 5,000 or 2,000. It literally depends on you. But I mean, I wouldn't spend all my life savings on a car. Definitely not. Oh, Val said she was literally about to ask whether it's cheaper with newborns compared to toddlers. Do you know what? Yeah, with my newborns, I think I was fortunate in that the grandmas and stuff used to just always buy me nappies and wipes. Like till this day, my youngest, he's gonna be 2 in May, so I don't know how many months that is, but May or April. Gosh, too many kids. No, he's gonna be 2 in April. Yeah, he's gonna be 2 in April. Sorry, and I've bought nappies for him once since he was born. Like I've never had to buy nappies for him because his grandma's literally always buying him nappies. I've got nappies for days, so I've not had to deal with that expense. And then in terms of feeding, once they get past a certain age, like toddlers, they kind of eat what you eat. And then newborns, I guess if you're formula feeding, then that makes it a bit more expensive. But if you're breastfeeding, then it's free. So yeah, I think. And then clothes as well. I had all boys, so a lot of their stuff has been handed down or gifted. So they haven't actually been that expensive in reality, other than these extracurricular things that I was telling you guys about earlier. But they haven't actually cost that much. Like it's only me that went to go and fast up myself to take on those additional expenses. But the basics that kids need is like clothes, food, clothes, food and shelter. Yeah, and shelter needs to be paid for regardless of if you have kids or not. But in terms of the actual cost for the kids, it's just mainly clothes and food. A lot of the other stuff that we get, a lot of it is unnecessary. Let me be honest. Like when you have a newborn baby, you buy. There's so many accessories. There's just so many things that you're told that you need to buy, but then you realize when the baby comes, actually a lot of the stuff you could do without. And that's why I remember when I used to take like my sons to their grandma's house to look after when they were baby. Like I'll pack. If you see all the stuff that I will pack to take to the house, like for things that the kids need, and she's looking at me like, "Why are you bringing all this stuff to my house? It's so unnecessary." But it's because I don't know. I feel like, yeah, he needs this, he needs that. She's like, no. So I'll be packing like my changing mat. I'll pack the little potty thing that the baby sits on. I'll pack. What else would I pack? I'll pack bare clothes. I'll pack the bouncer. Just like all these things. It's just like, no, I don't need any of that kind of things. You literally just put the blanket on the sofa or on the floor, depending on their age, and then just let them sleep. So it's like a lot of the things that we think are needs are just more wants, and yeah, they don't need as much as we think they need. Babies, toddlers, toys is another thing. Oh my gosh, like they have so much toys, but they're always getting toys, and it's like they don't even play with toys really. Only now that they're getting a bit older, they have maybe a handful of toys that they like playing with. Everything else is just decoration in their room. So yeah, kids, yeah, I don't know. They're not as expensive as we like to make them. I think we make them more expensive than we need to. But baby, toddler, I wouldn't say there's much difference in it that I can see, to be honest. Yes, and that is true, Veronia. It's crazy how cars depreciate in value as well. That's the thing, like buying a brand new car is mad because that car, as soon as you drive it off the lot, thousands of pounds is just gone from that car. So yeah, I wouldn't say spend your life savings on that new car. Definitely not. Definitely count the cost and see what is affordable for you. Do you know what I mean? But guys, this has been really, really, really fun, like talking to you. I think I might actually do this again one day. She says now and then never shows up again on live. But no, it actually has been really, really good talking to you guys. I feel like we're getting to know each other a little bit. Do you know what? Next time I actually need to make a coffee or something. I was supposed to do that, but I ran out of time. But yeah, next time I'll make a coffee and then we can all have coffee and have a chit chat and it could be really good. But if there's no more questions, I'll kind of let you guys know next steps, because we sound a little formal. But YouTube, I'm on here. I try to post twice a week here. It would be good actually if you guys could tell me what days you prefer in terms of upload, because at the moment I'm trying to do Thursday and Sunday as my upload day, but I'm not too sure which days are the best days for uploading. So at the moment I kind of do it sporadically, to be honest. I just try and put 2 videos out a week whenever I can, but I really want to try and get more consistent in terms of the day and the time. So it'll be good to know what day and time you guys think is better. I think around 6 is a good time, but let me know if that isn't a good time or is a good time. Just let me know what you think. And also any suggestions or any other topic that you want me to cover, do videos on, or anything like that. Anything that you want me to talk more about on my channel, let me know. Investing is something that I've shied away from talking about on my channel. I know it's a really popular topic online, but because I'm still so new to investing, like I literally opened my Vanguard account like back in November, late November last year, and then Training 212 early December. So very, very, very new to investing, and I'm like, wow, why didn't no one show me about this sooner? Like, so the way I've just been absorbing, is that the word? Yeah, I've been like consuming so much of this content online. It's been amazing. So it'll be good to kind of share the things that I've been learning with you guys, if that's content that you'll be interested in. Okay, thank you, guys. And so you're saying 8 o'clock would be a good time. Yeah, that's very good to know. So I'll probably stick to that. I've read that question already. Yeah, I'll probably stick to that. But guys, it has been really fun. It's been nice. It's been good getting to know you guys. Like I said, if you've got any questions or anything like that, on Instagram, you can follow me, Tolly Frimpong, or slide in my DMs. So drop me any DMs if you have any questions or anything you want to talk about, or just have a chit chat. Like, I'm very friendly, as you can tell, and yeah, I like to have conversations. So yeah, if you have any questions about any of my content or any of the topics in which I cover, budgeting, that is my thing. Like, I do love talking about budgets. If you've watched any of my videos, you probably know that in, let's say, 80% of those videos, I mentioned budgeting. And that is because I think it is so important, like, to have a budget. There's different methods and you can just find a method that works for you. But I think it's so important to get a plan in place for your money. Like, I can't stress enough the impact having a budget had on us and our finances. when I was talking earlier about us paying off over £36,000 worth of debt, it was when we got on a budget that we were able to do that, because we were able to see, okay, this is where all our money is going, this is where we are, okay, this is where we are now, this is where we want to get to, how are we going to get there? And we were able to distribute and allocate our money more effectively. And at the time, we thought we didn't have enough money to pay our bills, but it wasn't even an income problem, it was a spending problem. The fact was that we were spending more money than we earned. That's the problem. That's not going to work. You can't earn £2,000 and spend 2,500 and then think, oh my gosh, why am I in this situation? It's because you're spending more money than you have coming in. So I think a lot of the times, obviously I understand different people are in different situations and circumstances. So I'm just speaking in terms of my experience, and I know my experience is not unique to me. I know other people are in similar positions too. And I think it's just a case of really being honest with yourself and being honest with ourselves as to where we currently are and where we want to get to and what steps we need to take in order to get there. And I think the first thing is definitely spending less than you earn. So yeah, that's enough of me ranting on about budgeting, but thank you guys so much for joining me on this live, and I will see you guys in my next video. Yay, thanks for joining me, guys. It's been fun. I'm like, how do I exit this thing now? All right, guys, thanks, bye.